Didier Deschamps. Didier Deschamps. First and foremost. Oh my. Didier Deschamps. Par pitié. Didier Deschamps, s'il te plaît. Didier Deschamps, please. Leave this national team. Didier Deschamps, s'il te plaît, il faut que tu casses. Il faut que tu te casses. Didier Deschamps, you need to leave the French national team. Thank you for what you've done. Didier Deschamps, you are forever in my heart. Thank you for 2018. Thank you for 2022. Dare I say thank you for 2016 and getting us to that final home soil. But Didier Deschamps, you need to leave this national team. Les gars, mais c'est une catastrophe. France come into this international break with arguably 2 Ballon d'Or contenders in Ousmane Dembélé and Kylian Mbappé. Yet, look at this terrorism football. Guendouzi in the midfield, Tchouaméni and Rabiot. What do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do? This is terrorism football. Defensive catenaccio. Anti-football. Oh, les gars, mais c'est une catastrophe. Bro, low-key with the squad. At least when El Cholo does it. When Simeone does it, you could say, it's the players. It's the players. He doesn't have the luxury of having the stellar, midfield and so on. He has to get those, grinta players. Les gars, man, come on, guys. The French national team squad is arguably the most talented in world football. There are not many sides that look us eye to eye and say we're more talented. Going up front, you think you can bring Doué, you can Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele, Olise, Thuram, who's having a good season. That even Colomwani's actually been in a resurgence with the Juve. Yet, what's the point of having all this when you have ce milieu de gaz, this terrible midfield? Guendouzi, listen, he must be doing okay at Lazio, okay for him to be taken, but what the heck is this? Where's the creativity? Where is the spark? Where is the spark? Oh la la, les gars, c'est une catastrophe. Oh my goodness. Deschamps, thank you so much. I've already made a video when we lost to Italy. I talked about this in past units ago. Les gars, this has solidified it for me. I'm sorry, I cannot go to war with this man. I thought when Mbappe, there was the November window, things had gotten a bit better. I thought, maybe things have changed. Maybe he's gonna be, but no. Back to your old ways. You know what they say? You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. You cannot teach a manager new strategies, new tactics. This is anti-football. Oh la la, mais c'est une catastrophe. Oh, that first half. Where do I even begin with that first half? In that first half, guys, we had a penalty. We conceded a penalty. This game could have been 3-0. This game could have been 3-0. Oh, and honestly, today, Croatia more than deserved their win today. In that first half, it could have been it should have been 3-0. It should have been 3-0 because we were suffering. Les gars, man. I thought, okay, the penalty save. Okay, now we get back into our game. No, we look like Saint-Etienne. We look like Saint-Etienne in this game. We look like a below tier Premier League side. We look like a relegation battle side. Oh my goodness. That first half was the worst half of football. Let me go full screen. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the worst half of football I've seen from the French national team in a long time. And boy, oh boy, have I seen some bad ones. Les gars, oh, mais c'est une catastrophe. Normally, I come with the French national team. Oftentimes at this moment in time, PSG's probably potentially knocked out of the Champions League. So you come back, you want to feel good, you want to see some winning. What is this? Oh my goodness. Nana, Didier Deschamps, s'il te plaît. You are holding this team hostage. We are holding this team hostage, you guys. We have been kidnapped. We are hostage to the ideas of this man. We are prisoners. We are prisoners. We the French people are prisoners to beautiful football. Il faut dire, I've got to say it. Je parle français, I'll say it in English, in Spanish if you need. We are prisoners. We are prisoners to this man. Non, mais Didier, you have to go. Tu dois partir. Nah. That's okay. That first half, but going into that first half, as much as the whole game overall is most definitely Didier Deschamps' fault, but that first half specifically, if we go and look at the stats here, that first half, absolutely atrocious. Sure, we had a slight edge in the possession, but the defense, horrid. Jules Koundé was getting sent left, right, and center. He was getting bodied. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was being exposed with his pants down. Gave up the penalty. Getting bodied himself. The midfield, as I said, light. No creativity. What do you expect us to do with this midfield? No, mais sérieux, what do you expect us to do with Guendouzi, Tchouaméni, and Rabiot? You can have two of them. This is where somebody like a Griezmann is missing. Griezmann, we need you back in the French now. Griezmann, dust off the boot. Sorry, say whoever is responsible, Didier Deschamps, go and apologize to him. We need him back to the national team. There is no creativity in this midfield. And the thing is, there's talent there. It's not like we're lacking in it. You can put 𝙀𝙬 there, the young 19-year-old, and you can bring a 𝗟𝗘𝗘𝗏. Listen, I'm not 𝗟𝗘𝗘's biggest fan, but this is where you're telling me Guendouzi. Les gars, Guendouzi. Oh, no. Guendouzi is better than 𝗟𝗘𝗘𝗏. You're telling me Matteo Guendouzi is having a better season than Ryan 𝗟𝗘𝗏. And I'm not a 𝗟𝗘𝗘𝗏 fan like that. But les gars, stop. You guys, he's proving us from enjoying football. There is no creativity. This midfield is light. This midfield is lacks creativity. This midfield is a natural yogurt. No flavor, no spice, no nothing. C'est gaz, les gars. C'est nul. It's trash. I thought, okay, Guendouzi, you come in, you're a body to, fill the squad, not a starter. In what world is Matteo Guendouzi a starter for the French national team? Rabiot, Tchouaméni, that I get. You put them, okay, that's your 2. You can have, Tchouaméni as your 6, Rabiot as your 8, and then you bring on a 10. You can play Olise in there. You can play Doué in there for all I care. Mais les gars, c'est quoi ça? Oh my goodness. But no, that first half, as much as the game overall is most definitely on Didier Deschamps, everybody in that first half, oh my goodness, Kolo Muani, trash. Dembele and Mbappe, in fairness, in that first half, they weren't great, but even them, 4 out of 10 in that first half. The defense, let's not even get on to that. Konate, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, absolutely dreadful. Saliba, 2 out of 10 as well. Koundé went from being, second best right back in the world behind Hakimi to being a mid-tier, average Premier League right back. This guy was il se faisait manger. He was getting eaten alive. Les gars, honestly, Lucas Digne was probably the best, along with maybe Mike Maignan. You go and say for that save on the penalty, were probably the 2 best players for the French national team in that first half. That first half was the worst half of football that I think I can remember in my time remembering that I've seen the French national play ever. That first half was absolutely just terrible. No patterns of play. All right, you see this team. This French national team, this team that was out today at least, it reminds me of PSG of a couple years ago. It's just a collection of a bunch of brilliant individual players. There's no chemistry, no patterns of play, no interchanging, no you come inside, lay off, so on and so forth, no switching, no. Everybody does their own thing. There's no cohesion, nothing. Despite some of these players have played together several times at youth level. You guys, it's not like, okay, this is some, small national team where, there's lack of quality. No. These guys, all those players are Champions League level players. Every single one of them, apart from Guendouzi. Every single player there, though, is a Champions League caliber player. Walks into any probably team currently in the quarterfinals and probably starts in their position. Yet we look like some below par Premier League team. No, the first half was just complete lack of desire. No, they didn't want to play. Like, they go and they say that, these trophies, they don't matter, so on and so forth. If they don't matter, leave. Do not come. If you're scared of getting injured, do not come. Les gars, le maillot, ça se mouille. If you're wearing the jersey, you have to wear it with pride. What is this nonsense? Oh, la. Bro, I was saying I've seen as the game was coming, talking about how France, look at the attack. You got Dembele, best goal scorer in 2025, and Mbappe, second best goal scorer in 2025. Michael Olise, who's tearing it up at Bayern. Désiré Doué, who's coming up, has been a revelation recently. Barcola, who's having a great season himself. Even Kolo Muani, Thuram, all these players. It's great, and yes, arguably on the balance of things, we have the best attack in world football. But what's the point when you have Didier Deschamps playing terrorist football? What do you expect them to do, in fairness, with this midfield? There's nobody to link the ball from the midfield to the front. That's where Griezmann was so useful. That's why I said, personally, for me, at that 2022 World Cup, Mbappe, yes, was the one getting the stats. Mbappe was the one getting the headlines. Mbappe was the one, at the end of the day, scoring the goals. But for me, les gars, pour moi, and for many Frenchmen, people who really watch the game, people with the eyes, looking at the eye test, Griezmann, les gars, no, we're going full sweep from this one. Antoine Griezmann in that 2022 FIFA World Cup was the most important, most integral, most crucial French player, because he was the one linking from the midfield, from the defense, all the way to the attack, feeding balls to Mbappe, feeding balls to Giroud, feeding balls to Dembele. And now that we don't have him, this is where you really feel him. And the thing is, it's like, yes, of course, I'd love Griezmann back. But the thing, you have Doué there who can do it. You have Olise who can do a job in there if you play him in the midfield. You have Cherki who's with the under 23s. What more does he need to do? Hey, people, I've been conversing with people, saying that, Didier Deschamps has a Lyon agenda, this and the other, I didn't believe it. But at this point, guys, you're starting to convert me. You are genuinely starting to convert me. I think this guy may have a serious Lyon agenda. Tolisso himself, who has been tearing up Ligue 1. This guy's better than Guendouzi. What is he doing here? Les gars, Matteo Guendouzi, how far the French national team has fallen. It's not a talent issue. A couple years ago, yes, in 2014, when it was dire. Listen, there were some dark times with the French national team. This is not this. This is one of the most talented French squads in the history of French football. Yeah, why is Matteo Guendouzi starting? C'est une dinguerie. I cannot believe the words coming out of my mouth right now. Matteo Guendouzi is starting for the French national. Oh my goodness. Oh, la. That first half, as I was saying, was a complete disaster. No team chemistry, no nothing. Just a collection of bunch of players. Dembele, the thing is with Deschamps is that he has no ideas of his own. If you look here, you have him. He was playing Dembele as the false nine, which was working, which is what he's been doing with PSG, and it works with them. But the thing is, though, Deschamps has no tactics. So it's just Dembele there. No linking, doesn't know Mbappe. There's no connection. Yes, of course, they've played together, so on and so forth, but there's no tactics. What are they meant to do? Bro, this guy, for me, genuinely, and maybe I'm getting this wrong. Obviously, I'm not in the French camp or anything. For me, Didier Deschamps, as a manager, his managing style, if I have to name it, it's Inshallah. Inshallah, in God we trust. In God we trust. You put the players out there, et c'est si Dieu le veut. Si Dieu le veut, Inshallah, if God wills it. Hey, God. There is no tactics, no strategy, no nothing. Nothing. Inshallah ball. In God we trust ball. Si Dieu le veut. C'est une dinguerie. There's no connection. And the thing is, though, in the second half, I will say things were getting a lot better. Things became tighter. We had more possession. We had more chances. And in fact, because of the second half, if we look overall, we end up with a higher XG than them. So now, granted, I will say that a lot of that too comes from the fact that Croatia just stepped back a lot more. And it sort of reminded me of the PSG Arsenal game where Arsenal were winning. They were winning 2-0. There's a return leg. Why you don't need to go and expose yourselves. You clamp out the result and you believe that you can go and do something in Paris and at least hold the result. And very much so they can do so with now. And so as a natural result of that, PSG had more, the French national team had more of the ball, got more shots in, and we did look better overall. But even still, the fact that you end the game, even at the end there, the subs that come on, okay, Barcola comes on, great. But you end still with a midfield. You have Kone, who finishes in the midfield, Eduardo Camavinga, along with Tchouaméni. Again, these are great players, but they all do the same thing. Tchouaméni, his best position is probably a 6/8. Camavinga's best position is an 8. Kone, he's an 8 as well. Where's the creativity? Where is the creativity? Bring on Doué. Bring Cherki there. Play him as a 10. Give us something different. There was no connection. We were split. We had the defense, the midfield, and then the strikers were on their own little island. No connection, no chemistry, no nothing. Et ça commence à me saouler. It's starting to piss me off. Because now, listen, at least in tournaments, I understand this, inshallah, if God wills it, ball, si Dieu le veut, ball. Okay, it works in the tournament. It gets us trophies. We get to semifinals, but Liga, if we're not winning the trophies, at least let us play good. At least let us play good. At this point, I am more enjoying the way that the Canadian men's national team plays. I cannot believe I'm saying this right now. I am more enjoying the way that Canada, as a national team, football's not even our main sport, the way that they're playing under Jesse Marsh over this. Because at least there, if we lose on principle. We lose with our principles. In this, it's I put the players out there, they sort themselves. It's inshallah ball. Les gars, mais c'est trop. And again, thank you. This is not to put into say that Didier Deschamps is some terrible manager. No, Didier Deschamps, it will go down as currently probably the best ever French manager, 100% without a doubt, but you've overstayed your welcome. Didier, par pitié, you've been here, what, now you're going to end your contract in what, 2026? You'll be, what, 11 years on the job. Didier, le monde a changé. Mbappé said, le football, il a changé. Football has changed. It's time to change too. C'est trop. It's too much. Konate, for me, like even at the Euros, it was what 𝗚𝗚𝗦𝗏𝗏 and Saliba, the center back pairing. I think that's done. I think Konate, that shows your limits. And not gonna lie, I was really keen even as a PSG fan, thinking, I mean, low key I wouldn't mind him, but no, with stuff like this, no. Marquis has his moments as well, but no. Balls were going left, right, and center, kicking the ball out constantly, giving away handballs, getting moved, even though he's the big center back, so on and so forth. No, it's not enough. 𝗚𝗚𝗦𝗏𝗏 came in and was better. Saliba, even in the first half, was just terrible, looking like some mid league earned defender. Oh, honestly, for me in that first half, the only one who could hold his oh my goodness, I can't even speak. These guys have me bugging. The only person who comes out in that first half with his head held high is Digne and Maignan, because he saved the penalty. Those are the only players. 𝗚𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 actually low-key was good. And the thing is, though, too, he's in there on his left foot, looking up, has time in the space, beats his man, puts a ball into the cross, nobody's there. Of course, Mbappe's not making that run. Dembele is not renowned for his heading ability. And the only one really in there is Colomwani, but that's it. It's just the way I characterize the way we play France play is inshallah ball. If God wills it, in God we trust ball. Si Dieu le veut. Oh la 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 la. But as I was saying, that second half was a lot better, and eventually Konate got subbed off for 𝗚𝗚𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏. I think for me now, that's it. Konate, you come on only if one of them is injured. I don't want to see you nowhere near the pitch anymore, nowhere near the French national team unless somebody's injured. There was better interplay between Mbappe and Dembele in that second half. They were finding each other more. Dembele went back to his, more natural, if you want, right wing, and he was doing a lot of havoc. He was causing Guardiola some issues with getting shots off again. But we saw a bit of the Dembele of the past where, he was missing shots on target, so on and so forth, and didn't really cause the keeper too many problems. Mbappe got a couple shots off as well and was, causing more issues when it was being more of danger himself. So it was better in that second half. But again, it's just like you're the French national team. You do 90 minutes over there and you don't score a goal. Yes, you have, you outperform them over the XG, so on and so forth, but it's just not good enough. There's no interplay. And then the thing is, though, too, you go and he goes, the first thing he does, brings on Barcola. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go back to what PSG did last year. You're going to have Barcola on the left, and Mbappe through the middle, and Dembele on the right. These three players know each other quite well. They were playing together, not too long ago, a couple months ago. All right, it's going to work. You're going to have Barcola, doing his bits on the wing, etc., so on and so forth. But no, you know why? Because this guy, Mbappe, I'm going to mention it, even though I think he had an okay performance today, it wasn't terrible by any means. This guy's a dictator. This guy, c'est un dictateur. He's a dictator. He comes on. What does he do? Barcola, he will go on the left. He immediately goes on the left every single time. And so now Barcola is playing through the middle, a position that, he can do, but you're not using him properly. The thing with Barcola is his most gifted attribute is taking players on one-on-one, putting in crosses in there. But no, because you got Mr. Dictator Mobutu himself, goes on the left, takes the space, and there's no space now. He squeezes out Barcola. So it's almost like, why did you bring him on? Bring on to do it. Bring on somebody who can at least go in the middle there. And if he does go and decide to take that position, is flexible, is fine in the middle. Because Barcola was looking like a deer in headlights, had no idea what he was supposed to do. Where is he meant to be on the pitch? He had one opportunity, which he missed a shot. But for me, it's like, okay, what do you want him to do? You got the dictator Mbappe there going and saying, no, this is my side of the pitch. I do what I want here. Okay, but then Barcola, he's not a center forward. At least, if you're going to do that, I don't know, put Dembele inside the middle. Then he takes him off and he puts on Olise. So Olise is going through the right. So now Barcola is basically your striker. The subs were a tragedy. Everything about this game was just a tragedy. And it pisses me off because it's the fact that it's not like you don't have the talent. It's not a talent issue. It's not it's a squad selection issue. It's a squad selection issue. Like at some point, okay, I understand as a manager, you know, things like squad cohesion, so on and so forth are important. But at some point, okay, if at the Euros, yes, you got to the semifinals and you'll say that that's, you know, relatively an achievement, so to speak. But in the game, it's yes, man, les gars, c'est nul. It is terrible. And this is why we need Didier Deschamps. I'm sorry, but you need to go. It's time to go. And I'll go and I need to go and first and foremost give my kudos to this man here, Luka Modric. Luka Modric, les amis, guys, and we're going full screen for this one. Guys, they had a midfield pairing of Modric and Kovacic. How old is Kovacic himself? 30 years old. These guys are what? These guys are pushing 70 combined. 70 years of age combined together. 70 years of age combined together, those two. Yeah, we made them look like prime Xavi and Iniesta. Guys, and there's no, of course we would. When you have a midfield of Guendouzi, Tchouaméni, and Rabiot, what do you expect? What do you expect? And this is no, you know, shade or anything. The three of them, you can have two of them at max. If you really want to play Guendouzi, okay, play him with Rabiot or play him with Tchouaméni. Not all three of them together. Not all three of them together with this terrorist ball. It's too defensive. There's no creativity. There's no spark. I don't have any enjoyment watching this team. I'm just frustrated. I'm completely frustrated. I'd rather we try something, we show some cojones out there. We go and we say, we are France. We are the French national team. We are the most talented squad in world football, and nobody looks us in the eyes. Not Spain, not England, not Germany, not Portugal. No one. Yet we go in this, we drop these performances, generational stinkers. Et ça commence à me saouler. It's starting to piss me off. And the fact is, the issue is that Didier Deschamps sort of has his way. He can do whatever he wants because of the stature and the legacy he's built. Basically, unless he says himself he's gonna go, he's gonna stay. And I really just hope, because now it's too late. You can't really go and switch now mid project and everything. But there's just so many players there. Like Cherki should be coming. There's just a bunch of different like selections that just. He's rewarding, okay, people who have been loyal to him, which, okay, I guess I understand to a certain degree. But when these players aren't helping, like Jonathan Klaus, I don't watch Nice play all that often, so on and so forth. And I love the guy. He's a very pleasant guy and so on and so forth. But is he better than Malo Gusto at Chelsea? Like, there's better people out there. Give people their chances. I hope that Désiré Doué comes on, so on and so forth. Like even the Dembele, Colomwani, Dembele and Mbappe makes sense. Okay, they're starting. They're really in form recently. Colomwani had a good February, slowed down very much so in February, and I love the guy and so on and so forth. But like, try a Doué, try a Barcola, try somebody else as that third man in attack, or if you want, like I don't know, play two with like play two up front, play a 4-4-2 or something. Change it up. It's just, oh my goodness, man. Luckily, I'm saying, okay, it's 2-0. It's not completely dead and over, and France can definitely go on. And the next game is in France at the Stade de France on Sunday at 7:45. So the tie's not over. You can definitely come back in this game and win and qualify for the semifinals. But it's like, you got run over, and obviously Croatia's a good team. This is no shade. Croatia, you guys did great. They are more than deserving of this one today, so on and so forth. But we're talking about a Croatia team who, I mean, you look at their players here, it's the end of a cycle. You've got like 36-year-old Perisic that's playing in there, a nearly 40-year-old Modric and so forth. Great players, great career, so on and so forth. But guys, come on, this is an aging Croatia side who are definitely past their best, so on and so forth. But like very beatable. And you're suffering, like they made you look like a relegation side in that first half. And it's clearly on to first and foremost player intentions, not running, not wanting to do stuff. And then also the coaching decisions. It's both in that first half. In the second half, I'd say that's more on Deschamps because of the changes. Even me, no coaching badges, no nothing. I know people will go say, oh, you think you know, but guys, come on, even me, if I'm going like that, hey, if we're losing like that, I'm going to put all my weapons for the last 10 minutes. They weren't getting the ball. They didn't have anything. They're not going to go and score on us again. And this is also the only time realistically where you have the chance to experiment with different things, so on and so forth. Because the thing is though, now, okay, the thing is though too, like let's say he wins. He'll probably, the thing is I could see is that we actually go and we win on Sunday. We go on, we make it, it's really tight. We squeak through a win, and we go on, and everything gets buried, because that's sort of what happened. I feel like in November. Before then, we lost to Italy. We somehow then beat Belgium, and then in November, we drew against Israel, and then we won away to Italy, and we sort of swept everything under the rug. Even though I think we played better again in that Italy game, but it's just like, okay, we played better because sort of I'm forced to, as Didier Deschamps, he's forced by the French public to sort of change his game. But then as soon as he feels a little bit of pressure, he caves back to his old ways. Like, listen, I'd rather go out. I don't want to go and say that, I'd rather go out in a quarterfinal in the World Cup. Ultimately, you're France, you want to go as far as you can. And I'd rather go further playing quote unquote bad. But like, if we're not winning it, at least I want to go and be entertained. I want to go and see some spectacle here. Je veux voir du spectacle. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. I've ranted. How long is this video right now? I'm seeing it's 25 minutes long. Apologies for everybody there that's having to listen to me yap. I'm just looking at it right now, and I see that Portugal lost as well. Italy lost at home, and then I was looking at the live during it as well. The Netherlands-Spain game, it was 2-1, but they got a pretty late red card, which Spain was able to capitalize on, and Moreno was able to equalize. So it sets up some very interesting ties at the very least in the return legs. France, okay, you'll go and say they were away from home. Same thing with Portugal. I guess the only excuse here is that, the excuse that you can't make is for Italy. They were playing at the San Siro. They started off, well enough with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 scoring in the 9th minute, but Goretzka went and clinched it for the Germans. So yeah, that's it. That's my 2 cents on it. I think I'll be streaming the return leg for the France game. I hope to see some changes. I hope to see some more coherence, some more riskful, some actual like play from the French national team, and none of this, terrorist, inshallah, in God we trust ball, where I just put out the players out there and we sort of see what happens. I want to go and see. I want to see Doué making a start. I want to see Elise. I want to see interplay. I want to see something. And I understand it's difficult. You don't have much time to practice, so on and so forth. But these are great players. I feel like if you just put them on the pitch, you sort of at least try it now, so that things can happen. Because if this goes and happens in a World Cup, you don't have time to experiment with this. I'd rather you go and, I don't know, get knocked out of the Nations League than go to the World Cup or in qualifiers and make things really difficult for you, and potentially then go at the World Cup and stink it up. So yeah, I'm hoping for a rebound on Sunday. It's hard. I don't want to say it's hard being a French fan, because we're still successful. We went to a Euro semi-final, and we still have one of the, in my opinion, is the most talented squad in world football. But it's annoying to see that the potential of this squad is being squandered, and it's unfortunate. I feel like now the more and more Deschamps goes, the more and more he's tarnishing his legacy, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, because I want to remember him for the great things, 2018 and 2022 World Cup, and 2016 even though we didn't win, so on and so forth. Those were great moments. And now it's like, I'm looking, the football's not enjoyable. At least back then, okay, we were playing on the counter, but we were winning games. There was a young Mbappe, this, that, and the other. Now you have a team. You can go and pose your game. You can go and be that Spain of the late 2000s and early 2010s, where you're dominating the ball and nobody's getting anywhere near you, but you can't do that. So, yeah, we'll be hoping for that. Apologies for the young yap session. I'll be seeing you guys then. And anyways, with that, thank you guys very much for listening to this video, and for more videos to come. And remember, stay safe, stay kind, and stay blessed. Godspeed.